Now let's tell you about the ongoing challenges faced by port stakeholders and residents in Apapa, Tincan and surrounding areas as we assess the effectiveness of government intervention. Over the years, residents and stakeholders in Apapa and Tincan have been grappling with hours-long traffic jams, making it difficult to access homes and offices. Truck owners and drivers, essential stakeholders in port operations, have accused government task force teams of high-handedness, bribery and corruption, just as the inefficiency in the management of port access roads has led to skyrocketing haulage costs and importers abandoning their cargo. Businesses in Apapa are losing billions of naira as they struggle to navigate through the gridlock caused by trailers and trucks. Meanwhile, government on its part acknowledges the challenges faced by stakeholders in Apapa and Tincan and has assured of its commitments to finding lasting solutions. However, as the government works to address these issues, the livelihoods of thousands of residents and the smooth functioning of one of the country's vital economic hubs hangs in the balance. Now, to further discuss this and the challenges faced here by truckers in these areas, I'm joined by Chairman Amalgamation of Container Truck Owners Association of Nigeria, Ridwan Bello. Ridwan, good to have you on the show today.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me on the show.
Grand, we've got a lot to talk about in little time, so let's start already. Talk to us about the background cause of the Apapa gridlock and how interventions by governments to address it has actually fared.
The background, as we all know, started when the emergence of tank farm, here and there in Apapa, whereby we now have more tankers coming into Apapa, and as well the container trucks. The main problem started when the government announced that there will be some reconstruction and rehabilitation of Apapa Access Road. Then there was no plan to manage the traffic situation. We now have trucks, tankers, articulated trucks, reefer containers all over Apapa environs. Then there came an idea to start managing the trucks through the e-collop system. As we have it, the e-collop only worked for a couple of months and was able to solve about 20% of the problem. Then all we noticed was that the e-collop system was compromised. There were too many loose ends. It became an avenue where we now have digital extortion and e-cabals. These e-cabals are the one, having truck movement, while other average truckers are just stuck in the process. Now, let me quickly explain the process. They created the web app called Eto, where all truck owners are to book before they head to the port. We will book, but at the same time, we are just kept in the truck park. Not too soon, we have virtual parks where truckers are not going to the real parks, but they created an online park whereby you don't have to be anywhere. All you just need to do your booking and just head to the port. And they started releasing truck, in a way whereby they cannot control it. And that's why with the Eto collapse system, we still have perennial gridlock within Tincan and Apapa. What happened before the Eto collapse was that the naval officers and the police were managing the situation. So they will give you a time as to when the trucks will come out. But there is no way you can manage the truck and you won't have leftover in the morning, which causes the continuous traffic. So the same way, there is no difference. What the Navy were doing then is still what the Eto collapse system is still doing.
So what you're saying is that the virtual system, which was made to bypass the ecosystem that was on ground, that was put together by the management, is what's causing the current gridlocks that we're seeing in Apapa now. Is that what you're confirming?
So December last year, the they shut down the call-up system for some days. And the moment they, opened it back, we saw how trucks were going in without any hindrance, without any, impediment on the road. What I mean is that they said the trucks don't need to use the barrier. So it's the barrier that processes the call-up system before you go into the port. Without the barrier, it shows that truck can actually go into the port without wasting time. The time you put to insert the code and the downtime from the ETO system even keeps some of this truck out there without entering the port on time. And it's affecting the efficiency of the port as well. We also have the issue of the terminal operators working at a snail pace, whereby before one truck is processed into the port, it takes like 30 minutes. And there's shortage in truck parking within the port facility.
So if you were to be asked how you'd assess exactly the impact of all of these gridlocks and everything that's happening in Apapa, how would you say it's affecting businesses? How would you say it's affecting clearances at the port and people who have businesses at the port and generally the environment there?
So Apapa used to be very vibrant, economically is the gateway to the nation. We have influx of trucks coming in, bringing out export and going in with, bringing out import and going in with export. As we have it, if you go to the port now, you see numbers of truck carrying export. They cannot access the port. And it's really, is really spoiling business for truck owners and as well exporters as well. So as we have it, it's, we need the federal government, the Minister of Blue Marines to come into our, yearnings and listen to us and help us, because the high-handedness of Nigerian Port Authority and the TTP, Truck Transit Park, who manage the regulation of truck into the port, is becoming unbecoming, and we just need help, because as truck owners, we also pay tax, and we need that conducive environment, to make profit and serve the economy by streamlining and, evacuating cargoes, as it were.
Well, Ridwan, thank you very much, Chairman Amalgamation of Containers Truck Owners Association of Nigeria. Good to have you here this afternoon.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.